Bine v-am găsit, dragi telespectatori, la o ediție specială a emisiunii Calea, Adevarul și Viața. Avem un musafir deosebit în studioul nostru cu care vom petrece următoarele minute ale emisiunii Calea, Adevarul și Viața, însă am vrea să prefațăm această discuție cu secvențe dintr-un reportaj difuzat de noi la mijlocul anului 2006 de la o întâlnire România și Comunitatea Europeană, în care organizația pe care reprezintă invitatul nostru de astăzi a avut un rol major de organizator.
România este acum parte a Uniunii Europene, structura ale cărei realități prezintă o amplă diversitate și multe contraste. Provocările aduse de integrarea europeană se referă la diversitatea culturală și religioasă care definește Europa ca întreg, dar și la noile concepte de unitate și reînnoire care se pun în discuție ca și soluții pentru criza identității europene. În acest context de diversitate culturală și speranță pentru unitate, biserica joacă un rol deosebit de important în Europa. Bisericile și organizațiile neguvernamentale doresc să se pregătească pentru viitor și să articuleze o platformă și un statut comun în ce privește rolul lor într-o Europa înstrăinată și secularizată.
E clar că România de astăzi nu mai este România de acum 18 ani. Ne aflăm într-un nou context și această conferință are în vedere tocmai acest context în care România e parte din Uniunea Europeană și vorbim despre transformarea socială și dimensiunea spirituală a bisericii. Și acest nou context presupune și un mod nou de relaționare a bisericilor în România. Și marea noastră bucurie ca organizatori este că avem aici oameni de la diferite confesiuni. Avem aici ierarhi ortodoxi, greco-catolici, romano-catolici, de la biserici baptiste, de la biserici pentecostale, de la biserici independente, precum și organizații neguvernamentale care sunt animate de spiritul creștin. Și o ocazie deosebită de a veni într-un dialog real. Dialogul este ceva care lipsește în societatea noastră. Vedem și pe scena politică și dacă cineva poate să fie un model în această privință, atunci bisericile sunt chemate să fie acest model de dialog și de deschidere.
La inițiativa World Vision, care dorește să promoveze această cooperare, Confederația Caritas România, Biserica Ortodoxă Română și Biserica Internațională București au organizat conferința Bisericile în România și integrarea europeană, transformare socială și misiune spirituală. Această conferință are ca scop o bună comunicare între reprezentanții bisericii și a organizațiilor neguvernamentale care au la bază credința creștină.
World Vision's mission for Romania is to help the poor and specifically the children, but the task is so big, so we do need others. And this conference, this church conference and EU conference, bind the two together is really for us a big help because together we can help the children in Romania.
Motivul pentru care noi am adunat astăzi la aceeași masă de dialog reprezentanții ai multor biserici din România, structuri eclesiale, organizații neguvernamentale, este tocmai nevoia de comunicare și de lucru în rețea.
Impactul integrării europene este răspândit în mai multe domenii, de aceea, în cadrul sesiunii de lucru a acestei conferințe, s-au acoperit câteva dintre ele, și anume, în primul rând, spiritualitate și valorile creștine, care este viitorul lor într-o Europă secularizată și înstrăinată de valorile Evangheliei, precum și promovarea bunăstării materiale și spirituale.
Noi intrăm în Europa cu o zestre culturală deosebită, poporul nostru, poporul român. Intră cu o spiritualitate bine așezată. Nu suntem un popor neevangelizat, nu suntem un popor care nu-L cunoaște pe Hristos, nu suntem un popor care n-a trăit experiența lui Hristos. Și iată de ce încă un punct bun al conferinței este faptul că toți au recunoscut că noi avem un bagaj foarte bun, avem o zestre pe care trebuie să ne o păstrăm, avem o identitate la care trebuie să ținem și trebuie să ne o asumăm și să o recunoaștem, dar în același timp avem nevoie de lucru împreună. Pentru că nu trebuie să avem abordări unilaterale și nu trebuie să distrugem imaginea unitară a poporului.
Mai apoi s-a discutat care este impactul integrării europene din perspectiva culturală, care sunt valorile românești și cele europene și ce implicații se observă asupra misiunii bisericii. Al treilea subiect a acoperit problema sărăciei în contextul României ca stat membru al Uniunii Europene, care este responsabilitatea bisericii în atenuarea sărăciei și care sunt măsurile aduse de aderarea la Uniunea Europeană.
Acum știți, eu am crescut în România, care era țara bogată, țara mea are câmpii mănoase, dealuri înalte, pline de flori. Noi eram săraci în cea mai bogată țară din lumea aceasta, că așa era proiectată imaginea pe care noi am avut-o, cei care am crescut în țara aceasta. Dar știam o altă statistică, că 99% dintre români sunt școliți, au mers la școală. Și cu toate acestea, doar pe strada bisericii erau 15 depășiți de vârsta școlară care erau analfabeți. Șocant! Dacă 99% sunt cum ăștia 15, chiar pe strada aia s-au aciuat toți.
Nu în ultimul rând s-a atins și fenomenul migrației în contextul liberei circulații a persoanelor în Uniunea Europeană și s-a accentuat importanța valorilor familiei. Toate aceste subiecte au fost dezbătute de numeroși lideri religioși din spectrul României. Ierarhii și reprezentanții diferitelor biserici și organizații neguvernamentale din România s-au bucurat de participarea ambasadorului Donato Chiarini, șeful reprezentanței Comisiei Europene în România.
One value that I would like to come back to and underline as crucial to the integration process is unity. Whether Christian, Jew, Muslims, atheist or anything else, we are all European citizens. By focusing on our shared identity rather than our individual differences, we can work together to make our country and the Union a better place for everyone.
Au fost câteva secvențe dintr-un reportaj difuzat de noi în 2006, reportaj realizat de Alfa ca urmare a unei invitații speciale pe care am avut-o de la organizația World Vision, pentru că despre World Vision este vorba. Am fost partener media și am ajutat în promovarea acestei acțiuni. Și am prefațat această discuție cu acest reportaj pentru că astăzi o avem printre noi pe Anita Delhass. Bine ai venit, Anita, în mijlocul nostru. Ea este președinta organizației World Vision România și este de mai mulți ani în România și este pentru prima dată în studioul Alfa Omega TV. Anita, say a few words in Romania. I know you speak Romania very well, but we talk in Romanian.
Bună ziua! Sunt Anita și sunt foarte fericit că sunt aici împreună cu tine și sunt aici de 2 ani de zile și este o țară foarte specială pentru mine, România. Am o inimă mare pentru țara României.
Am discutat înainte cu Anita să avem această discuție cumva în limba engleză și în limba română. Aș prefera să o întreb în limba română, dar ea înțelege foarte bine limba română și ea se exprimă mai fluent în limba engleză. But my first question will be in English. Anita, please tell us a few words about World Vision for our audience who is not very familiar with World Vision as organization, worldwide organization, and a few words about World Vision in Romania. This will be the first part of our discussion.
World Vision is a worldwide Christian organization, and we work in 100 countries all around the world. And here in Romania, we've been almost 20 years. We came in 1977 with the earthquake. We did some relief work and some work through the churches, but that was all underground. And since 1990, we've been here legally established as a NGO, a non-government organization. World Vision's focus is children. And here in Romania, we also want to focus on children. In Romania, 1/3 of the population lives under €1 a day. And that's a horrible reality. And we want to work together with the government, together with the churches, in order to help these people who are so poor in this country to build a new future.
And as I said, few words about World Vision internationally. When it started, or what was the vision from the beginning?
World Vision is already a quite old organization. Almost 60 years we have existed. It all started with Bob Pierce. Bob Pierce was a pastor and a journalist. While he was reporting on the war in Korea, he saw so many children suffering. And one day he took a little child from the battlefield and brought her to a Dutch missionary. Her name was Tina. And Tina was taking care of children. And her room was full of children. There were all little beds with little war orphans. And Bob Pierce brought this other child in the house. And Tina, the missionary, said, "Take it away. I don't have space for this child anymore. You see, all the beds are full. I do not have money to feed these children." And of course, Bob Pierce said, "I can't bring this child back to the battlefield. You need to take care of it. I'll leave the child here, but I'll promise you tomorrow I'll bring some money." So the next day he came back with a little money he had to take care for 1 month for this child. The child was called White Jade. Then he went on a break, on a leave back home, and he said, there's so many children, all orphaned by the war. Let's do something. So he had a lot of friends who wanted to sponsor these children for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, for a year. And that's how World Vision started, with parents in America, Australia, Canada, later on in Europe, who per month had a small amount available for an orphan far away. And we developed. Right now, more than 2 million people, children, benefit from our programs. And we have sponsors in countries like Korea. Korea does not receive money, but Korea gives money. Here in Romania, we have sponsors from Taiwan, from Canada, from Switzerland, all helping children in Romania. And that's really a blessing.
Anita, you are here at the program called Calea, Adevarul și Viata, The Way, the Truth and the Life. It's a Christian program. My normal question, and the question raised in the mind of our viewers, World Vision, it's a humanitarian organization or a Christian organization?
Well, actually, World Vision is both. I don't think that you can just help in a humanitarian way. World Vision really feels that to help a child, you have to focus on body, soul, and spirit. And that's very much our approach as World Vision. Of course, it is important to give food to a hungry child, to clothe a cold, poor child. But at the same time, if you do not share the gospel of Jesus Christ with this child, all other help has been in vain. And we want to really combine this material and spiritual assistance in a very natural way. We are not an organization who does pure evangelism, but we want to be the hands and the feet of Jesus Christ. By our deeds, we want to show the love of Christ. And that's what Bob Pierce did when he took White Jade into the orphanage. He had some action, but at the same time, he wanted White Jade to hear the story of Christ's love as well.
Later we find out how you came here in Romania, but I want to ask you to share with us a few things about how you work here in Romania. We are familiar with some of your projects. For example, you help kids and children to have basic things from the Bible in many Orthodox churches. Or you help poor people, families, you rebuild houses in a village. Share us a few things about some of the projects, especially in this area.
Well, Vision's approach to development is a holistic one. And that means that we do not only look at one aspect of community, but we want to build the community together with the people. Practical words, that means if a community needs educational material or help with their school systems, that will be an intervention for us. Some communities just need parents who have work, so we'll try to develop economic projects. In other communities, there's health issues with HIV/AIDS. We'll assist that. What we normally do, we come into a community where we form a committee, a group, with the school teacher, the mayor is sometimes part of this group, church leaders are part of this group, ordinary men and women, and sometimes even children are part of this group. Together we discuss what needs to be done in this village or in this community. We never only just give material. We always say, what can we do? What can you do? What can we do together? We complement one another. None of the contributions we do are 100%. We feel it's really important to be helping people together with helping people to help themselves. So in this way, our assistance is sustainable. It means that after 2-3 years, if we move on out of that community, the community can help themselves. That's key.
Say a few words about this project I mentioned earlier about helping children to have the Bible teaching in
yes.
their life.
Our youth Bible curriculum, that's a really wonderful project. Together with Gospel Light, an organization who's been working for many, many years in Russia and other Eastern European countries, they've asked for us to work together. And together, World Vision and Gospel Light have developed booklets, Sunday school books, especially for children in the Orthodox churches. Due to all the persecution the Orthodox Church went through for so many years, they were unable to provide good material for the children. So we have now, together with the Orthodox Church, developed these books and are teaching together with the Orthodox Church many local priests in the rural areas and in some of the cities to actually engage with children. It's a wonderful book. There's stories, all according to the Orthodox calendar and traditions, and then afterwards there's some discussion, some plays, we make little things with the kids, and it's a way for children to get familiar with the Word of God.
We have a few minutes segment from our TV report that we air already in our channel, and we'll come back in the studio to continue our discussion.
Hristos împărtășit copiilor este un proiect de cateheză care se adresează tinerilor cu vârste cuprinse între 6 și 17 ani. Acest proiect se dorește a fi o continuare a parteneriatului dintre organizația World Vision International și Parohia Română, primul loc de implementare al proiectului fiind orașul Iasi.
În momentul de față, acest proiect s-a extins aproape în toată țara, în afară de o mică parte din nordul Adevarului, a fost deja implementat la nivelul eparhiilor. Urmărim extinderea lui în momentul de față în diaspora românească din Occident și în Mitropolia Basarabiei și cred că nu peste mult timp va fi un proiect care va aparține misiunii bisericii, un proiect care, să spun așa, foarte simplu, va face parte din fișa apostolului fiecărui preot.
În primul rând, este nu o întâmplare, ci o continuare a activității care a început între, să spunem, World Vision România și Patriarhia Română, un proiect de implementare a unui proiect catehetic, Hristos împărtășit copiilor, așa este denumit. Funcționează și se desfășoară acest proiect cu binecuvântarea Sfântului Sinod al Bisericii Ortodoxe Române. Primul loc de implementare a proiectului a fost la Iași, în vremea aceea acolo era mitropolit actualul patriarh al Bisericii Ortodoxe Române și s-a găsit din partea bisericii o deschidere asupra acestui proiect pentru că vine în completarea a ceea ce înseamnă ora de religie în cadrul școlii astăzi și anume o mai mare deschidere și o mai mare dragoste pe care putem să le arătăm copiilor nu într-un timp redus, într-o oră în care trebuie să se atingă anumite obiective, să spunem așa, obligatorii ale cunoștințelor. Și în acest fel avem posibilitatea și ne bucurăm de această posibilitate ca aceștia copii să fie atașați bisericii noastre.
Prin intermediul proiectului Hristos împărtășit copiilor au fost organizate, începând de anul trecut, în mai multe eparhii din țară, ateliere de lucru în care li s-a explicat preoților și profesorilor de religie în ce constă această acțiune și a fost lansat ghidul catehetic. Această carte este o alternativă la manualele de religie care îi ajută pe copii să înțeleagă mai bine învățăturile creștine.
Mă aflu astăzi aici pentru a învăța despre cursul de cateheză. Acest manual este pentru copiii de 10 ani care vor învăța din el în biserici. A fost interesant. Astăzi am vorbit despre cele 10 porunci. Am jucat diferite jocuri, am făcut compuneri.
Am vrea să avem și acasă așa ceva. Adică
în parohia
am făcut
noastră.
O lecție cu jocuri, cu discuții, un fel de discuție. Ne-am dorit să fie acasă, la ore, așa, toate orele să fie așa.
Am învățat lucruri noi despre care nu știam, preoții ne-au mai povestit niște lucruri foarte interesante.
Să învățăm lucruri noi, lucruri despre care noi nu știam.
A fost o experiență foarte interesantă.
Da, a fost o experiență unică pentru noi.
Organizarea orelor de cateheză pentru copii s-a extins aproape în toată țara și are două direcții principale: tipărirea unor ghiduri catehetice, precum și dezvoltarea și implementarea proiectului. Adâncirea cuvântului lui Dumnezeu în viața unui tânăr și transformarea copilului într-un creștin practicant, matur, în credință, presupune un act voluntar al bisericii în care ar trebui să fie implicat fiecare preot paroh din biserică.
Copiii au reacționat foarte bine, în sensul că le-a plăcut tot ceea ce s-a desfășurat aici. Au înțeles că este vorba de un alt stil de a li se preda cuvântul lui Dumnezeu și cred că vor fi cei care vor obliga pe preotul lor paroh să continue acest șir de cateheze. M-am bucurat că au fost aici copiii de vârstă mai mari față de ghidurile prezentate, care se adresează vârstei de 9-10 ani, cu care am putut discuta mai bine și care și-au exprimat dorințele și au definit nevoile mult mai clar. Aceasta este o problemă de care nu se ține cont în școală, și anume definirea nevoilor copilului. El este obligat să primească tot ceea ce îi propune strategia școlară. Însă prin cateheză, prin acest stil de cateheză, dorim să îi canalizăm nevoia spre o descoperire reală a lui Dumnezeu, a cuvântului lui Dumnezeu, a bisericii, a spațiului liturgic și a tot ceea ce înseamnă viață religioasă.
Este important, cred că pentru societate în general, având în vedere că promovează valorile moral creștine, și importanța lui se va regăsi și în modul de implementare a lui în, să spunem, în teren, de fapt în viața parohiilor, în viața bisericilor care se implică și se vor implica, urmează să fie implicate în acest proiect.
We are again with Anita, Delhass, after we saw this TV report about one of the World Vision project. And Anita, I saw you on TV some time ago when you was together with a large team on the Realitatea TV program about a special project raising support for people, help people after the tsunami. Make some comments on this. How you decided to enter on this huge national project with strong impact?
Next to the development work World Vision does, we also do emergency relief. This means that if disaster hits, we want to be there. We want to help people. And of course, we all know that the tsunami hit on end of December, just around Christmas. It was a terrible day when so many of the communities in Southeastern Asia were hit by water. And we were there because in many of these countries we've been working. But the surprise was that in Romania we were able to raise almost 2 million euro for Asia. It was just fantastic. And it was not only for Asia, but very quickly afterwards in Romania there were floods as well. And again, because we work here as a development agency, we felt that we needed to stand next to these people in the rural communities when it was very hard. So we are actually, we were able to help in Dolj, we were able to help in Timișoara and also in Galați and in the Buzău area when all these floods came.
Many people said Romania is a poor country. We only wait for help from outside. And you prove us, or you challenge us to think in a different way, that Romania could be a source of blessing for other countries and for a project in specific area in the country.
The beauty is that nobody is too poor to give and nobody is too rich to receive. And that's very much the story of Romania. Most of our donors are not necessarily the multimillionaires of Romania. It is people like you and me, normal people who give out of the little they have and are blessed by it. And that's what we have seen. In Romania, it's quite amazing that people have been giving 10, 20 lei, but that makes a lot of difference. And World Vision, because we work with so many people and we have so many connections, all the little drops in the ocean make a huge ocean. And that's what we have been seeing here in Romania, that you do not have to be rich to be able to share. And that's really beautiful.
Yes. We want to talk a little bit about how you combine the humanitarian and social needs and project with a spiritual aspects, what is more important, one or other? You said at the beginning that World Vision is dealing with both issues. What is the advantage of an organization who work in a humanitarian area having a spiritual, a Christian background or agenda?
Both the material and the spiritual are equally important, because if you give a hungry person a Bible, the hungry person cannot eat. If you give a person just some material things, his soul will never be full. So it's both. And how we do this is in a very practical way. We go into a community and we see what the biggest needs are. We often work through the church. World Vision is not a church, but we want to partner with the church. And for us, it doesn't matter with which church. We partner with the Orthodox Church, we partner with many Protestant churches or Catholic churches. We want to find a good partner. And once we partner with the church can do what the church is best in ministering to the souls of people, and we just want to support that church. So that's in a very practical way how we actually combine the two. We are the experts, maybe in giving the material, building a community by starting an initiative group, by allowing some conversation to happen in the community, but we then want to support the church to do the spiritual side.
You say you enter in a church or enter in a community, see the needs, and you have a plan and a project according to the needs.
Well, we don't have the plan, because the plan is something we develop together. Yes. And our role is to listen, to see what can be done together, what the community feels as a priority, and then together we come up with a plan, and together we also fund the plan, and together we do the work. And really, împreună is one of the first words, yes, I learned in Romanian, and that's really key to the success of our work.
Let's move from the community level to a national level. I will ask you later at the end of our program of how you came in Romania, but looking from the national perspective, do you have a picture or a clear picture, what are the needs at the national level for Romania? Maybe a few key needs that you feel, of course, maybe you deal with some of them. You cannot cover all the needs of Romania, but what are the social, humanitarian, and spiritual needs in Romania through your eyes as a World Vision coordinator or the director for Romania?
Well, Romania entered a year ago into the European Union. Romania is a country in transition. And I think the biggest need for Romania is to find its way into this very difficult change, this transition from a non-European country to a member of the European Union. It's not easy, because now the whole world thinks, oh, Romania is part of the European Union, Romania is rich, Romania has it all sorted out. We know that in reality it is very different. We see in the communities, World Vision works in more than 60 communities in Romania, the harsh reality of everyday life. People do not have enough money to buy the wood for their stoves. Many children cannot go to high school because parents encourage their children to go to work and earn money. There's very little future for children who go into secondary education. There's very little opportunity to go to high school because many of the villages do not have high schools. So I think the needs of Romania are in the fact that they're a country in transition and a lot of things are not established yet. The education system needs to be renewed. The healthcare system needs to be renewed. The political system, corruption in Romania is killing the country. I know that many politicians are trying to do something. They're trying to deal with this corruption. But we can't only leave it to the government. Each one of us, each Romanian is responsible. And we need to become more responsible citizens. And speak up for the poor children.
Yes, we just talked before entering in the studio about something to challenge you in the last few days, abandoned children and the difficulties to integrate the children in a Romanian family. Maybe you can share something that is on our heart about this.
There's so many abandoned children in Romania. There's so many children who have to work. Child labor is still existing in Romania. There's also a lot of trafficking. Small children are trafficked in this country for all sorts of reasons, and this needs to stop. And I know that Romanians have a big heart. Many Romanian families would love to adopt these abandoned children. Many Romanians would like to stop all this trafficking and child labor, but it's not happening. And not happening enough. I know there are efforts and people are trying to change things, but what really needs to change is some of the laws, some of the structures in this country. And I think together we can make these changes if we can speak up and not accept the status quo, not accept the fact that there's so many parents who want to adopt Romanian children and so many children still in orphanages or in foster homes. We need to kind of get together and as NGOs, together with the government, together with the church, speak up on behalf of these children and make sure that these laws can be changed so that all these Romanian families who want to adopt children will be able to do so.
Yeah, Anita, I know you from a few years already, and at the end of 2005 and 2006 I was part of a small event or a prayer conference, prayer meeting, sponsored and by World Vision, and we had the chance to talk more at that time. And also we saw at the beginning of this program a segment from a conference when a lot of churches was involved. You have a desire to bring unity in the body of Christ here in Romania, but how you see now these needs? Is will be more difficult or easier now when you enter in the European community? Do you think some struggle on this? Do you want to continue to try to make project to bring unity among churches in Romania? How is your opinion on this? What is the reason that you enter also in this segment, bringing unity in the body of Christ in Romania? Because it's not exactly social or humanitarian area.
I think that the love of Christ urges us to be closer together. In the Bible, we read about the prayer where it says, bind us together with your love. And I think that is my prayer for Romania, that Christ will bind us together with his love. Because without this, we cannot move. Satan is very strong all over the world, and Satan's influence is real in Romania as well. The only thing we can conquer Satan with is through the love of Christ. And we can only express this love of Christ if we are united. Orthodox, Catholics, Protestants, evangelicals, all together. And of course, I know we have different church backgrounds, different history, and we don't always have to agree on everything. But if we could just see Christ as the center of our churches, and together being drawn by his love, we can make Romania a better place for the children.
Yes, I feel you love Romania, but your home is in Holland. And in the last part of discussion, I want to ask you a few personal things. I know it's a way that God prepared your heart for you to serve for a period of time here in Romania and this time. Tell us, you think, how you get to know Romania, how God challenged you about Romania during your life?
Well, the first time I heard about Romania, I was 20. In Bible college in Belgium, Dr. Werbrand came to speak on one of our mission afternoons. And he shared about his book, about the suffering he went through, and this is in the early 80s in Romania. And while he was speaking, he was just looking around the auditorium with many Bible school students. And all of a sudden, our eyes crossed. And at the same time, he held up his book, the book about his life. And he said, what is your name? And I said, my name. And he said, I would like you to accept this book as a gift from me. And At that point, I got his book, and I read his story, and I thought, oh my goodness, what a suffering this man went through for this country, and how much does he love Romania. That was actually the first time I really realized what was happening in Romania, and Romania had never been really much on my mind since that time. It's been really special, and 20 years later, I'm in Romania. So I'm very much touched by this, that very early on God has put Romania on my mind, in my thoughts, in my prayers. And since then, God has really prepared me to come to Romania.
But you knew that was a transition from the period when Richard Wurmbrand was speaking on your meeting and the revolution time. You heard about the revolution?
Yes, that was at Mission 90 when I was in Utrecht together with a couple of thousand young people. We were praising God and celebrating the new year. This was at the end of the year, and at the same time we had heard that yes, there was a revolution in Romania, and the church had won, and people were free, but they did not really know what this freedom was going to bring. And later on in the early 90s, World Vision started here in Romania, and of course we from the Netherlands tried to raise funds for Romania and got involved, churches got involved, lots of initiatives. And then all the horrible stories came out of what had happened in the orphanages and how children had to be reintegrated in society. And it all broke our hearts, and I thought, my goodness, if there's a hell on earth, it must be Romania. And then the years later, a lot of things have changed for the good, and Romania has come a long way. But the time is really getting precious, and I think we need to really act now on behalf of the children in Romania. Almost 17, 18 years after the revolution, Romania still has some very serious problems. And I think children have right to go to high school. And that's how we as World Vision started the scholarship program. And we're asking ordinary Romanians to set aside 100 RON per month for a child to go to high school. We're asking Romanians to be engaged as volunteers in our communities to help us with the work we're doing. It's a wonderful opportunity to be a volunteer, because I know we all need to earn money. We all need to take care of our families. But we have spare time. There's churches where we can volunteer. There's organizations like World Vision where we can make ourselves available and together, again, have that spirit to say, we are going to take this a third of the population who lives under €1 a day to a different level, so that these people can actually have warm homes, that they can find jobs, that they don't all have to leave the country, and that they can actually provide a future.
For the people who are interested maybe to support World Vision or to find a way to cooperate with World Vision, we have on the screen now the website and the email address for people who want to contact you. In the end, I have a question. Many key people in Romania already, they know you or are familiar with you or with your faith, with your organization, and they know what World Vision is, means. And also, people know about you that you are a very organized person with a vision, with a desire to make plans to help. But I ask you personally, where is God's place in your heart? How, maybe at the end of the year, you feel to thank Him for something? Do you have a reason or a special way to thank Him? Or?
Well, that's very simple, because without God you can't do a thing. And if I would not have God in my life, and God would not be the #1 thing in my life, I think I would be a very miserable person, a very unsuccessful person, and I would not know where to start. The need is so big, and sometimes so many needs come to my heart, and it just breaks your heart. And if you do not have God, where do you go with your sorrow? Where do you go with your pain? With the enormous responsibility. World Vision helps approximately 15,000 children. We don't have the money. We don't have the capacity or the knowledge, but God has. And I think every day we need to come to that basis that without God we cannot do anything. God is the beginning and the end. And that means for every part of our lives. Personally, I start the day with prayer. And I ask God, what is the next step? And at the end of the day, I thank God for the wisdom He's given me on that day. Because without Him, it just makes you also very humble, because I cannot move without God, and our organization cannot move without God. But with God, we can surpass difficulties. We can climb the highest mountains. We can conquer the most fearful attacks, because we know on whose side we are. And we definitely want to be on God's side, and we need God in every aspect of our lives.
For the end of our discussion, I will ask you to challenge our audience. I don't know what is your heart to challenge the Romanian audience, and not only, but I want to use before that the chance to thank you, because you help us also at Alpha Omega in two small projects. One about the Creation Week. You was our partner on to organize and to cover the expenses for a Creation Week, a media event that we organized last year, and also for a few short training in media that help us to train few person from our team and from our area. So a challenge for audience of Alpha Omega in Romania. And
well, I would like to challenge people with the words of Bob Pierce, the founder of World Vision. He said, this is his prayer: God, let my heart be broken by the things which break your heart. And my challenge is, Romanians, let your heart be broken by the things which breaks God's heart. And God is concerned about this world. Let us be concerned about Romania, about the children in Romania. And we can all do something. We can volunteer our time. We can give a little amount of money so that our 300 staff can do the work. Or you can work with us in the communities and become an employee of World Vision. There's many opportunities to do something, but my challenge is, let your heart be broken by the things which break God's heart.
Thank you, Anita. Let's stay with this final thought, but I don't want to close this program without mentioning that Anita is here in our studio because for a few reasons. One of the reasons that Anita and World Vision helped in the last period of time. One of the villages in our area, Foieni, very known name after the flood a few years ago, and this is one of the projects in our area that World Vision is supported. We call this project Rebuild, I don't know exactly the name of the project, Foieni, Renașterea Speranței, and maybe later, next time we come here, we talk more about this specific project, how World Vision helped a community in the west part of Romania after the flood to be rebuilt and to have a new life. Thank you, Anita, for your first visit in Alpha Omega Studio. Dragi spectatori, vă mulțumim pentru atenție. Aceasta a fost Anita Delhass, directoarea World Vision, și Anita Delhass, o femeie cu o credință puternică în Dumnezeu. Dumnezeu să o binecuvânteze. Mulțumesc!
La inundațiile devastatoare din primăvara anului 2005, comuna Foieni, situată la 30 de kilometri de Timișoara, a fost complet inundată și a suferit importante pagube materiale. Peisajul era îngrozitor, culturi distruse, case inundate, vieți ruinate și oameni disperați. Singura șansă de salvare pentru acești săteni rămânea Dumnezeu. Eu cred că așa merităm. Dumnezeu ne-a bătut, ne bate și nu știu de ce.
E grea viața acum. Dacă Dumnezeu ne ajută, o scăpa.
Poate că o fi meritat, Doamne. O fi meritat. Că Dumnezeu nu ne pedepsește degeaba.
Sunt oamenii cu nervii la pământ, dar în ei mai au un dar, poate credința pe care îi mai ține, dar șocul, sunt în stare de șoc și nu mai la apă, se uită, va scade apa, nu va scade apa și deci psihic sunt dărâmați, uitându-se la casele lor care sunt dărâmate. Singura speranță este în Dumnezeu care au mai rămas.
Poate, dacă vom fi credincioși, Dumnezeu avea milă și grijă de noi, dacă nu știu ce-o fi.
Dacă oamenii sunt sănătoși cu credință, Dumnezeu vor ridica alte case.
Astăzi, această comună a prins din nou viață. Organizația World Vision International a finalizat un proiect de reconstruire a caselor distruse din comuna Foieni. Astfel, prin bunăvoința donatorilor români și din străinătate, au fost construite 31 de case, dintre care 21 dintre acestea în Foieni și 10 la Cruceni.
În perioada inundațiilor am avut acest sentiment al încercării. Dumnezeu ne-a dat nouă încercare, deci nu știm de ce am fost noi primii, dar am avut acest sentiment al încercării. Și cu această credință am trecut cu bine peste toate. Și acest lucru caut eu această idee caut ca să o perpetuez în discuții și astăzi, pentru că n-a fost întâmplător ceea ce s-a întâmplat și că avem o datorie, deci ca să fim treji, să înțelegem ceea ce a vrut Dumnezeu cu noi, adică a vrut ca să ne întoarcem la credință, să ne întoarcem la mărturisire, să ne întoarcem cu fața spre El, într-o lume în care, din nefericire, se îndepărtează pe zi ce trece tot mai mult de Dumnezeu.
Cei care s-au implicat în realizarea acestui proiect s-au întâlnit la Foieni pentru a evalua impactul finalizării lucrărilor asupra locuitorilor. Locuitorii sunt mulțumitori pentru că viața lor și-a reluat cursul normal și își pot desfășura liniștiți activitățile zilnice.
It's now 2 years since I've been in Foieni, and when I came here the houses were just finished. It was a wintry day like today, and now it's wonderful to see 30 of our houses lived in and the community rebuilding. World Vision is not about just building material houses, but the most important is the combination of the material house and the spiritual side. And we saw the priests and we saw the children dancing, and that's wonderful to see that these houses are just kind of stones and bricks and a little bit of paint. But what is really important is that people are trying to rebuild community, and people build community together with the church, with the school, with the young people. And I just heard that 100% of the people have a job in this community because buses from factories pick the people up. And I think this is a success story. The house behind me is wonderful to see, but it's even more nicer that we know that this community has a future.
Dumnezeu i-a trecut printr-o mare încercare pe locuitorii comunei Foieni, dar tot El și-a arătat îndurarea față de ei. Și astăzi, în această comună, oamenii își pot trăi viața la fel ca și înaintea inundațiilor, dar cu o credință mai mare și un sentiment aparte, acela de a li se fi acordat încă o șansă de a trăi.